push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Rodgers now to throw. He's got him in. Complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
Pass to Lazard, bringing it in on the crossing route.
Touchdown! Allen Lazard, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Packers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground here at Sanders. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Another run with Sanders.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see 1st downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
Hey, way to make the play!
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's too to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And this is why more and more teams are getting their wide receivers involved in the running game. When you've got playmakers on the perimeter, you've got to get creative and find ways to get the ball in their hands. And here, this is a great job to get that initial contact and turn it into a big play.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. They'll complete this one to Watson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And it's a Packers touchdown. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Rolling to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Get 300, get 26.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That was certainly a scouting report special because coach is too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Get 300, get.
And again, it's Rodgers. And he's got it. And he is out of bounds here. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know.
Touchdown! Kylen Granson. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing is Hurts. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Pat the 60, pat the 60. Unlock line, unlock line. Go.
Another run here with Sanders. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
No surprise he was targeted on that play because you and I both know quarterbacks like guys who can catch the ball, but they actually expect that. They love the guys who do something with it after the catch.
Impressive, making him miss on that tackle attempt. They'll run with Sanders. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Cowboy 80. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So the 3rd drives the charm. They are on the board, albeit with just a field goal.
Yeah, 3 points from 3 drives. That's not going to win you a whole lot of football games. Hopefully the fact they were able to move the ball a little bit can wake up their offense.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Find out. You got 58.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Press on lead. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles, but that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away. Pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters, but in this game, you don't want to share with the other.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Crosby with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts. His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Okay, ready.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Go.
They'll drop to throw. That swung out wide to Sanders. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Play action. Here's Hurts. Open man, that's DeVonta Smith. Room here to run. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. DeVonta Smith, 82 yards. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here's they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Again, it's Dillon.
Shoves him aside. And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word, but if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop, because you see the net result here. If you go ahead and finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And inside give to Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He hits his target. Left side, Watson.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers just continue to roll. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Go street. Buffalo 18. 19 right.
Here's Hurts to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, 82 yards. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Elliott good with a PAT, and that will cut this lead down to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Darius shot in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. On first down, Hurts. Flush to his right. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Defenders are always happy anytime they can sack a quarterback for a loss of 10 or more yards. There's an example there. High fives all around.
Warriors 70. Dragon 60. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
After the sack on first down, Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Tariq Carpenter. And into the end zone, it's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go now.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
He's going to drop this down to Sanders. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
19-18.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And now a pass dumped off to his running back. So nothing doing there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
On the return is Scott. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 79 Broncos.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. The 20. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around.
And it's a Packers touchdown.
Christian Watson.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give them the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there? Because I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts.
This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins.
Deputy Ranger. Check. Hey, man. 60 Maverick.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Got it. Ready?
Sanders will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Sanders again.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. They'll still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Elliott good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
Rodgers throwing here. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one was over a long time ago.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were earlier. He wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now a play fake. Rodgers. He'll find Jones again. Complete.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
Rodgers looking to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Christian Watson, the man he was looking for.
And it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Rodgers again now. And that is incomplete.
Pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
And this is caught. That's Watkins. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. This is caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Hurts. Got a man. It's Brown. 30. 10. 5. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is a chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are two very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
19 tight, 19 tight, go!
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Left side here to Sanders. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Packers, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.